Here we are. We got another part in our series that we wanted to go over. These are going to be about some. We're going to cover a multitude of topics, mostly topics that are coming from the shop and shop administration. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with those now. First, let's talk about the timesheets. So please continue to do your write-ups on the timesheets um, diligently and make sure that you're placing them in the timesheet box that says with driver's timesheets within repair orders. This is going to be important. I talked about it in the previous video about making sure that they're going in the right way. This way they can get them addressed quickly. Um, if you encounter any issues with heat or air conditioning, please make sure that you're also filling out the detail form, which can be found in the folders, file folders over next to the water cooler. It's important that not just saying the heat doesn't work or the air conditioning doesn't work. There's a lot of factors, and those sheets give you the questions that the shop needs the answers to. So it'll just make it quicker to get the repair done so that we're not calling you to try to get further details and kind of like delaying that repair process. Another thing I want to talk about is it's currently brake season, which basically means the buses have to have their wheels pulled, the brakes have to be measured and either replaced, and that information has to be sent to the state. This is required to be done every year. So that means your bus may be temporarily pulled out of service to get those completed. Additionally, they're doing pre-inspection checks on all the buses. So that's why they may be getting pulled, and you may be in a sub bus for either a partial or a whole day. And if they find anything else, it could extend longer. Um, Bus inspection, bringing that up, is April 7th and 8th. As we approach those days, make sure you're writing up any issues you're having on the bus. On inspection day, just we'll try to send out a reminder as we get closer. But on inspection day, um, please make sure that you come back first thing from your AM route. You need to park your bus in the normal slot, leave the key in the ignition, sweep the bus, and empty the trash. And just a reminder on that too, on bus inspection days, the fuel pumps will be closed from probably around 8 a.m. till the end of inspection, which usually goes, 11 to 12. So you will not be able to get fuel at those times. Now, before the AM routes, you will be able to get fuel, and then, right before the PM routes, you'll also be able to get fuel. Kind of bringing up fuel brings us to our next topic. Please make sure that you're using the red day, blue day system for fueling up every other day. If you need to fuel more frequently, please do so. There's nothing against fueling up every day. We're totally good with that. We do the red day, blue day thing to kind of split it up so that not everyone's trying to get fuel at the same time. But ultimately, we don't want the buses fueling less than every other day. This ensures that your bus is full and ready for use. It prevents you from running out of fuel out on the road. And also, when you're done with the spare bus, please fuel it and sweep it so that it's ready for the next person. And that's kind of the same thing with your own bus. If you happen to be out a day or whatever, that we know that your bus will be fueled up enough for the next person to use it. Should you be out. um, and if you have a fuel spill while fueling, please spread the absorbent that's over there in the yellow container and then report it to management. Every fuel spill has to be reported to management because we have paperwork that we have to do to document those. So please make sure you're letting us know that. When you're parking your bus in the slot, please take the time to center your bus. If you get out and you look and you're crooked, please straighten it up so it doesn't cause misalignment down the row, which could eventually lead to a bus striking another one because of lack of space because there's just not enough room for someone to safely do that. If someone is parked in your bus slot, like maybe a sub driver went in the wrong spot by accident or something, if it's during regular business hours, call into the office and we'll try to get you assisted in either moving that bus into the proper slot or whatever it may be. We'll get you helped out. If it's after hours, late in the evening, please park your bus on the front pad, not the rear pad. Park it in the front pad. And please call on the main line and leave a message on the dispatch line with just explaining why the bus is up front, just so that we don't think that there's something wrong with the bus the next day. that there's some sort of out of service problem. Um, Please make sure you're completing your pre-trip inspections. So that means you got to arrive 15 minutes before you're supposed to leave. So you're supposed to get out on the bus 15 minutes before you're due to leave the yard to start your morning run. And everybody gets paid to do that pre-trip. So they can prevent major mechanical issues from occurring, especially out on the road. That causes stress on you, the students, parents, school staff, and our staff. If something goes out on the road that could have been picked up, an issue could have been picked up on the pre-trip. Um, and also make sure you're following your wait to start procedure. When you turn the ignition on before actually cranking over to start the engine. Um, a lot of the check engine lights that when they plug in are caused from not following that procedure. So just make sure you're doing that. Other part is please don't go into the shop without management. If you need to report an issue or speak with the mechanics about something, if you have a question or whatever, please talk with office management first. And if it's something that's left on your bus or something you need to talk to them about, we'll escort you there, or we'll go talk to shop personnel to see if it's something that they can meet you in the office to talk about. Um, please do not interrupt the mechanics while they're performing their job, whether they're in the shop when the weather's warmer and the bay doors are open, or if they're out in the yard doing fluid checks or repairs out where the buses are sitting in their slots or up front on the front pad. It's for safety reasons as well. It's distracting them from what they're performing, and it could cause them to miss something crucial. We have great mechanics, so there's no reason to think that they're going to miss something intentionally. But everybody gets distracted, and they can miss things. So um, everything involving these buses and the mechanics of them are very important, and we cannot distract them from what they're doing because it's for the safety reasons of keeping the buses on the road and operating safely. So that's it for this one. I really thank you for your attention to these matters and your continued hard work. So stay safe and have a great day.